Okay, everyone, if we can all get settled, I would like to call the village board meeting for Tuesday, July 21st to order, please. Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Orth?
Here.
Trustee Whitaker?
Here.
Trustee Fowler?
Here.
Trustee Gallen?
Here.
Trustee Edis?
Here.
Trustee Elfman?
Here.
President Mindrick?
Here. First order of business is some employee recognition. There have been a few happenings in town, and Village Manager Brennan, would you share the news, please?
Absolutely. I'm very proud to introduce our new fire chief for Northfield, Michael Milks. Michael. Well, I guess you all know enough about him that I don't need to explain any more. He's been well introduced. So knowing that he had master's in public administration, a bachelor's in fire services, decades of experience, and has been in our department for a long time, all just add to the reason why I think Michael is a perfect fit for Northfield, person that is well qualified to continue the great work of our prior chiefs, knows the department well, knows the team well, and will be a great fit for our management team. So, Michael, thank you for joining us.
And an all-around good guy.
And if you ever see a guy riding their bike down the side of the street pedaling like this, it's Mike.
All right, great. That is a great way to start a meeting. So the next item of business is the village president's report, and in the interest of time and how long we spent on the committee of the whole meeting, I'm going to just abbreviate my message and I want to thank our police and fire and our public works department for the issue we had late last week with one of our residential buildings in town. And Patrick, if you could just tell us a little bit of that story so that people understand how we helped.
Absolutely. We got an emergency call from the condo association at 308 Hap Road that their underground parking garage was starting to flood. We later found out that their water service line that serves the building, about 40 units, had ruptured underneath the concrete and actually heaved the concrete, was flooding the garage. Got about 7 inches of depth before they were able to get water shut off. A disaster of that magnitude for a building with residents that are not as able to help themselves became an emergency situation for us. We spun up what I would call a mini emergency operations center in my office. The elevator was down. They needed some immediate assistance, and I'm so pleased with the way, with zero notice, the chiefs came together, Steve Gutierrez, and everybody pitched in to help. We got the residents water. We got porta potties delivered in the 9:30 at night on a Thursday night to make sure that those residents had facilities, because it looked like they'd be out of water for an extended period of time because the contractors' vehicles couldn't fit in the underground garage to dig the water main. So it was just a wonderful response from our group. And the condo association's been very kind in their praise.
Yeah, and I, because I could be so helpful in this situation, I drove over to take a look at things and found Village Manager Brennan, Chief Utensky, and Matt Hubner from our Public Works Department there, and I simply said, you guys got this, said hello to the HOA president and let her know that she was in good hands and left. So thank you for everything that you all did there. So next item of business is public comment. As you know, at all of our public meetings, we open the floor to those who wish to address the village. We ask per our rules that you limit your comments to no more than 3 minutes. And is there anyone who would like to speak at this point? And if so, please come to the podium and give us your name and address for the record. Okay. We will move on to item number 4, which is approval of bills and disbursements for June 2026. May I have a motion to approve the bills and disbursements for June 1st through June 30th of 2026?
So motion to approve the bills?
Second,
Second.
Patrick, are there any items you wish to point out?
Only that as you look at the bills and disbursements list, you're going to be seeing a new line item that you had not been seeing much in the past, and it's remittance checks. With this new computer system, we changed our processes. So payroll remittances, like payments to the IRS, the pension funds, all now are a check approved on your warrant list. In the past, they were just run through the system and paid automatically as part of our overall daily operations. Best practice in finance is that the board sees those payments as they go out and they're included in your list.
Okay, any comments or questions from the board? Anything from the public? All right, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Orth?
Yes.
Trustee Whitaker?
Yes.
Trustee Fowler?
Yes.
Trustee Gallon?
Yes.
Trustee Yedis?
Yes.
Trustee Elfman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, number 5 on the agenda is the omnibus vote on the consent agenda items. This section of the agenda is where one vote can be called to approve a number of items. Are there any items that a board member would like to have removed from the consent agenda for discussion? Okay, hearing nothing further, will the deputy clerk please please read the consent agenda items into the record.
There are 5 items. The first is the approval of minutes from June 23rd, 2026. The second is the approval of a resolution authorizing the appointment of Tina Smigilsky as treasurer. The third is the adoption of an ordinance declaring property surplus and authorizing the disposal thereof. The fourth is the adoption of a resolution awarding the 2026 asphalt resurfacing project to Schroeder Asphalt Services, Inc. of Marengo, Illinois, in the amount of $486,648.87. And the fifth is to consent to appoint Sean Dolan to the Plan and Zoning Commission for a 4-year term commencing on September 1st, 2026.
Okay, may I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda items?
So moved. Second.
Are there any comments or questions from the board?
If I could just point out, if the members of the public had downloaded the packet early, they would have seen that there were blanks in for the award. The bids did not come in until yesterday, so our engineering team had been very good about digging through, putting bid tabulations together, and getting things ready. The only change to this is we had an alternate bid for Walnut right outside the police department to be able to include that if bids came in favorably. They did, so this amount that you see is coming partially out of the Mill River Fuel Tax Fund and partially out of the Capital Fund to be able to get this work all done at one time. And we partnered with the Village of Kenilworth to get even better pricing.
Great, thank you. I just did want to add one comment. In the new appointment of Sean Dolan to the Plan and Zoning Commission, I want to recognize Steve Hirsch, who is going off P&Z. When he and I were chatting about this over the phone last week, he couldn't remember actually when he had joined P&Z, and I reminded him that it was 2013, and we got to laughing about that, and he goes, well, I was on architecture before, and I said, how many years? And he goes, maybe 12. So I want to say a special thank you to Steve, who is ending his term and has given great service to the village. So if you know him or if you see him, please let him know how much we appreciate his willingness to serve. And I told him that now one Monday a month he'd have more time to himself. So that's all I wanted to add. So Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Orth?
Yes.
Trustee Whitaker?
Yes.
Trustee Fowler?
Yes.
Trustee Gallon?
Yes.
Trustee Yedis?
Yes.
Trustee Elfman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item number 6 is the adoption of an ordinance approving an amendment to the planned unit development at 315 Waukegan Road. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance as stated?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, Steve, can you give us a little background on this, please?
You bet. Christian Heritage Academy, their campus is located at 315 Waukegan Road, as noted. They are seeking to amend their PUD ordinance, which was adopted in 2002. What they want to do right now is to replace their existing chapel, which is no longer in use, with a new gymnasium. They will be installing as well an outdoor basketball court just outside of the gymnasium. And these two improvements require an amendment to their PUD, to their planned unit development. The proposed gymnasium also required in and of itself certain variations, which are detailed in the ordinance and in the memo. And I'm happy to recite those if you wish. But they are, again, built into that ordinance. The Plan and Zoning Commission and the Architectural Commission reviewed the application, and both have unanimously recommended that the village board approve this proposed amendment to their PUD.
Okay. Any questions from anybody?
I do have a question. We've got a letter from, I think it's the sisters right behind. They're good with it. But I know that was the corner where the car wash was being talked about a while ago. Teddy Kossup, where all that is, right in that area. But I'm curious, anything from the Montessori school or from the residents there, they're all good with this construction?
The petitioner is here, so if you would.
Yeah, that's what I was curious.
If you would just approach and give us your name, and you can answer the question, please.
Hi, my name is Andy Bullock. I'm Chairman Emeritus of the Board of Directors of CHA. I'm authorized to speak for the school tonight. That's an excellent question. Actually, the Montessori school sadly has not renewed their lease with us. They're consolidating some of their operations. So that building will now go back into our use. We're not quite sure what for yet, but probably for an expansion of our early education. So no issues there. Sadly, I believe their last time with us is next month. So with respect to the other, could you repeat that part of the question,
there's a couple
please?
houses there, kind of, if you're looking at the Montessori
Right.
going east, there's some houses to the south
Right.
there. There was talk of doing some development at Teddy Kossup and some of those spots, and they had expressed some concern then. But I'm just curious if you heard anything from them.
Great question. We've heard nothing from them. We're blessed to have good relations with our neighbors there, and we've not heard anything from them about the project.
Awesome. And just side note, my daughter had 3 great years at that Montessori in the summertime, so I know that spot pretty well in that corner. But thank you.
They're
Appreciate
good
it.
people.
Yeah,
So,
very good people.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else from anyone? Any questions from the public? All right, Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Orth?
Yes.
Trustee Whitaker?
Yes.
Trustee Fowler?
Yes.
Trustee Gallen?
Yes.
Trustee Edis?
Yes.
Trustee Elfman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, great. Next order of business is trustee liaison reports. Left, right, does anybody remember? Charlie, you want to start?
Sure.
You guys keep track. I'm glad to know someone is. So,
First of all, I'd like to thank the Winnetka Park District for installing the new lightning detection and warning system at the Northfield Park last week. This will now warn users of the park of potential lightning conditions in the area. So it's a huge thing. It's attached to the backstop back there, and it makes that area obviously much more safer during the climate weather. The Architectural Committee met on July 13th at 7 o'clock and approved the plan at 315 Waukegan Road, and also approved the Northfield Park District plan for the Pocket Park on North Hap Road. There was no scheduled meeting in August, right, Steve? They're on vacation? Correct. And the next meeting would be Monday, September 14th, if some other items come to your attention for the agenda, correct? The Avoca School Board did not meet in July. The next meeting is Thursday, August 20th at 6 p.m. at Marie Murphy School. The Centennial Committee met on June 30th and July 16th. The next meeting is August 5th, and we are a month away from our celebration on Saturday, August 22nd at Clarkson Park. So plans are moving along very well. Thank you for everyone's support, and in light of the time, we've talked about this enough. I think everyone knows about it. Go to the website for any other additional information, and thank you. And then Mike Milks, congratulations again on being appointed the new fire chief. I've worked with you my entire career and your career with our times in Glencoe and Wilmette and other communities. So I'm glad to see you in that position. I think you'll do a great job. Thank you to the police department for their roll call, chief, that you had on August 9th at the Hap Road Park. And just as a reminder, Touch a Truck is tomorrow at Clarkson Park at 5:30 along with music in the park.
Thank you. The only thing I will add to the Centennial Report is that we've received confirmation that Senator Morrison, Representative Katzmull, and Commissioner Britton will be in attendance at our celebration on the 22nd in the 4 o'clock hour, which is when we will be doing remarks from the stage. So we are glad that they're able to join us as well. So, Trustee Gallen.
Sure. The library board had a meeting last night to discuss the TIF, and I intended to deliver a very important message on behalf of the board.
Can you make sure your mic is
Yeah. I told them that regardless of how they vote on the TIF, whether it's yes or no or anywhere in between, that they will remain a very great friend of this board. As you guys know, we don't have a litmus test for how we deal with other local taxing bodies.
Trustee
Pardon me.
Elkins?
All right, on my end of the world, ZBA had a meeting, 2 items on the agenda. I do got to give that board a lot of credit. They do a great job of listening through what's going on and making, I think, very good decisions at the end of the day, helping folks. I think the exciting thing there is the project at 1386 Winnetka Road is getting very close to being completed. And what's fascinating about that, if you haven't noticed that property, it's in Architecture Magazine, all these other things. So it's gonna be one of those things that I think is a shining spotlight of how neat Northfield really is as a community and different things that are going in there. And then the next meeting will be in September, and it sounds like we have lots of things on the agenda. So if people want to come and hear about variances and other fun stuff in the ZBA world, swing on by in September. Thank you.
Trustee Yedis, would you like to go?
All right, mine will be uncharacteristically short. So, Middle Fork and Sunset Ridge School District 29 did not have a board meeting since our last meeting, but they have had the Capital Improvement Subcommittee meeting for Middle Fork School where they discussed some changes to that recently. New Trier, at New Trier, Avoca and Sunset Ridge sent a letter to us in opposition of the TIF and discussed that publicly. And New Trier continues to look at increasing alternative pathways for career-connected learning by focusing on the individual path towards their future. So some different changes in portfolios, but some different changes to the education opportunities for students there.
Okay. Trustee Fowler?
Charlie gave my update, so I'm good.
Give it again, we got time.
Okay. Trustee Whitaker? Are you sure? Okay.
I have a new friend to go to my Red Center meetings with, so.
All right, great. Item number 8 on the agenda, the departmental reports are provided in your packet. Do trustees have any questions related to the reports? Anything you want to put our new chief on the spot about? So any questions? Nope? Okay. Legal counsel, anything you'd like to add?
No report.
Thank you. Patrick, I think you have some things maybe you want to talk about, or no?
Not so much, but just one quick thing from my perspective. There are enough stories and discussions about employees in local government not doing things correctly or not thinking. I'd like to compliment our superintendent of public works. On our agenda tonight, what you approved is the resurfacing of Walnut in with that package. And he took a look at the road ahead of time and realized that 2 of the catch basins in that road were outlawed is too strong, but no longer in use because the holes, the slats in the catch basin were perpendicular to the road, and a bicycle could roll along and their tire would go right down in that. So rather than catching that at a time when we're resurfacing the road, he caught it early. And today, if you happen to drive by, Public Works is replacing those catch basins to make sure that we didn't have to dig that road up again once we'd already done it. So compliments to him. And, sorry, the last piece is, while we didn't mention it in our consent agenda, we have a new finance director working with us. Tina has come from a wealth of experience, both, I think it was 12 or 14 years, the city of Waukegan finance director, and also has been working in Marion County, Wisconsin for a number of years. She has retired from there, works for a consulting firm, and just loves the job. And she has been a joy to work with in the few weeks that she's been here.
Great.
Thank you.
Just, I have a quick question for you. I know I emailed you, I know we didn't have a chance to talk, but either tonight or at the next meeting, can you give an update just on your negotiations with the paving company for the Wagner sidewalk?
I hope to have an update for you soon if they would return my phone calls. There have been 4 or 5 levied so far, but I now have a little bit of an extra lever because you awarded them a project tonight, because I think the sidewalk company and the asphalt company are the same. That's what I was asking, Patrick, if the 2 companies were the same.
Great, good. All right, this concludes our business for the evening. May I have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting?
So
Motion to
moved.
approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.